God will support him as well as the entire empire and the God-loving nation. At work here is a special pseudo-Christian interpretation of the Old Testament idea of chosen people. It is the idea that one tribe, the biological descendants of a certain patriarch, like Abraham, has its own God with which all members of the tribe stand in contractual relation. This is precisely what the story of the chosen people of Israel looks like from the Old Testament perspective. God chooses a righteous man, Abraham, promising him and his children protection and help in return for his faith and obedience to God's commandments. This contract, or testament, continues to be in force for generations. Newly born members of the tribe inherit the blessings and duties from this testament by their blood ties and or as members of a certain social religious community. The confirmation of their individual belonging to this chosen nation is confirmed also on the individual level by, for example, circumcision. To be a member of a concrete nation means to profess a certain faith and vice versa. In its social political manifestation, this idea implies a certain form of theocracy, in which there is no clear distinction between the secular law, ethics, and religious norms. Religious teachings and imperatives become at the same time state laws and social norms. Such a conception is integrative. Its intention is a total symbiosis of the nation, state, and the faith, which produces one unified organism in which is no longer possible to make a distinction between the profane and sacred spheres. One must admit that such a model must have had many practical political advantages. It certainly provides a greater cohesion of society, makes the overall control over the population easier, and provides a more secure and comfortable position for the ruling class. One should know that this model does not belong only to the past. It is actually very present today, except that the new religion in modern and democratic societies, which calls for the unification and a total integrity of the society, has substituted authority of God by the authority of the state or nation. In the modern period, it is not necessary to be a member of a tribe, and blood ties do not play that prominent role. Instead, nations and states as political agents become the foundation of the collective pseudo-ecclesial identity. Although these affirmations of the political and social collectives as religious and metaphysical categories can be justified in the Old Testament, they cannot be transmitted into Christianity and the New Testament revelation. Or to be more specific, they can be transmitted, but at the cost of losing the authentic Christian faith. In the New Testament perspective, the idea of the people of God, chosen people, or New Israel, has a significantly different meaning. This concept does not point to any tribe or some other ethnic, national, or political community. To the New Israel and chosen people belong all those who are newly born, which means who are baptized and who freely, as individuals, decide to become members of the church. This personal decision makes them capable of entering into a personal relation with God. The famous words by St. Paul, that there is no Jew, no Greek, and so on, mean not only that these categories disappear in the course of history, but that belonging to a certain race, nation, class, or gender does not have a priori metaphysical significance. None of these categories defines human salvation or membership in the church. In contrast to all social and political necessities that define us and define our existence in this world, Christianity presents a new idea, the idea of freedom and love as the foundation of human existence. One freely becomes a member of the Church as a new reality, where there can be no